Welcome back to 2017 Banter with Tim and I, where we just sit on the couch and have a bit of a chat about what's been going on, what's going on, and hopefully what's going to happen in 2017. So, Tim, as COO, you're obviously looking after the operations side of things here.
Yep.
We've grown like crazy last year. What's changed for you and what's evolved?
Oh, there's plenty that's evolved actually. It's when you start a startup, it's quite an interesting time to get things done really. We've got clients needing things tracked and measured, and we've got staff needing to be able to work properly. And as we grow the business, I think we started with a few applications that would actually help us do our job. And one of the things that we've really figured out this year is that we've connected up so many applications now that to run Shootsta, we have 23 applications individually that do a certain job, and they're all brilliant actually.
I feel like 5 years ago at a company you'd have just your email.
Yeah.
And maybe a CRM.
A CRM, exactly.
Yeah.
But these days applications they're very niche in what they do, and we have the need for 23 very niche little products that help us run Shootsta. And doing a bit of an audit over January when it was a bit quieter for us, with 25 applications that do our job, and we need to now take them and connect them all back into a central sort of piece.
And so what are most of those applications? Because obviously, we've got Slack for our internal communications and our G Suite, etc., But
Yep.
what are the other areas, and what are we trying to achieve with them?
So we've got 4 different lines of business that we have. The sales team use multiple applications to run their CRM, track deals, and view or send out client presentations. The customer experience team have support applications. They've got tracking applications for projects, and the editing team as well have time tracking applications, project management, and a variety of other bits and pieces, as well as the business itself. We've got all sorts of stuff to track everything that happens around the business.
And then the ones that we're actually developed ourselves.
Yeah, and that's it. The hub is the integral part of everything that we have here, and that's the goal for this year, is to connect all these different applications back into the hub and pull in all the relevant data out of these applications and put it into the hub.
Lucky you know what you're talking about in that space.
Yeah. It's going to be a busy year, connecting everything in and pulling the relevant data back into the hub to make the business scale quickly.
Nice. Yeah, it's certainly a challenging sort of space.
Yeah, it is.
But it's exciting because those apps make such a difference in the way that we work.
Yeah, and you're not going to build these apps from scratch these days. It's just too hard. So yeah, having little niche applications that do one thing perfectly is brilliant to connect to the business and connect the dots to make us to grow. So you've obviously been over in Singapore for a few weeks over Christmas.
Yep.
And things are spreading like wildfire over there. Why is it working so well?
It's an interesting question. I get asked that a lot with Shootsta as well. Why has it taken off? And I love one quote that basically says, "There's nothing as powerful as an idea whose time has come."
Yep.
And I think that's definitely the case for Shootsta. But why has Shootsta's time come? Why does it work? I'm reading an interesting book at the moment called The Innovator's Solution, and that discusses an interesting paradigm with products, and I think the best example is the digital camera, for example. Right?
Yeah.
So there's a time where the product, the service offering wasn't good enough. So digital cameras, for example, people weren't using them because they weren't good enough, and they had to keep working to get better. But then an interesting thing happens where you've got enough megapixels, you've got, the digital camera has enough quality, and it keeps going and going until it's almost too much.
Yeah.
And so they can't charge more, Sony can't charge more, or Canon can't charge more for a digital camera, because people aren't interested in the fact that it's got 400 megapixels. They only need a certain amount. And I think that's where the video production industry got to, where we were shooting 4K, we're shooting on Red, making sure Arri Alexa GT for a simple shoot that's just an interview piece and 10 people turning up to the shoot. Marketing managers were just wanting a video that got their point across. And so then in the industry, it's up to Sony and Canon to pare back their offering almost and say, well, it's not a $5,000 camera now, it's a $1,000 camera. And what can we give you that's a mirrorless DSLR that does the job that you need well, but isn't overkill? And no one else in the video production space was doing that. Everyone was trying to overkill it. Everyone was trying to give people 40 megapixel cameras when they just didn't need that. So I think for us, that's what we saw in the industry, this overkill, and we've tried to pare it back to give them exactly what they need at the price they need. And I think in Singapore they get that. The companies that we're working with, like StarHub over there and Oracle over there, they get that that's what it's about now.
It's funny you say that. I saw a project that came through our hub the other day. It was shot in 4K, file sizes were massive. We compressed it down to a full HD video, gave it back to the client, and I saw it uploaded to YouTube, which compresses it way down to 640 by 480. So it's interesting that the need for that high quality video, highest quality video.
Well, that's it. You know, there's no point shooting on 4K when somebody's watching it on their iPhone on the bus on the way home. It's just the reality. And so how can we deliver something that is full HD, that's great quality, looks fantastic, has a great depth of field? And I think that really comes down to obviously great equipment that we supply our clients with, but then also great training as well. So
cool.
It's a really exciting time in Singapore.
Right.
And I think there's going to be some great things ahead this year, partnering with some great companies over there as well, and really rolling the product out.
Looking forward to it.
Good. It'll be a great year, and we'll do some more banter sessions and chat through what's going on.
Great. Talk to you soon.
See ya.